Okay, I'm going to show you my knife collection. I'm doing it out here in the woods because there's something I want to show you about these knives that I think is really cool. So this is my collection. I've got a $10 knife, and then I've got 3 Kershaw knives. This isn't the best place to show them off, but I am very proud of this little collection. I did have a Benchmade knife, and really didn't like it, and I recently sold that. I don't really regret buying it because I sold it for quite a bit of money. I lost maybe $20 or $40 in the deal when it was all said and done, but I owned it for a while and used it and decided that I didn't really care for it. It was an automatic knife. These are all kind of manual knives, except for this one, the $10 one, which is kind of surprising. This $10 knife is my automatic knife, and it has a serrated edge here. And this is literally a no-name knife. There's no brand name on it, and it's also the lightest knife in this collection. So it's actually the knife that I use camping because it's the lightest. And there's basically 2 things this knife gets used for. One is cutting cheese, because I usually eat cheese and crackers when I'm out hiking and skiing and doing my overnight trips. And the other thing that I run into once in a while is I often hammock camp, and sometimes I'm between a couple trees and have something like this in the way. This branch could be sticking up, and these serrated edges just do a wonder on this, and that's kind of why I brought this here, is so I could try to show you in the video. And this is going to be kind of tricky for me because I'm trying to show you at the same time and trying not to cut myself. So anyways, this is going through this branch just like that. Really easy, just cut that. So I really like, and so that was about, and that is green, this piece, and that's only about 1/4 inch in diameter, but it will go through, I think, up to 1/2 inch pretty easily. So I really like having this serrated edge for this knife. Now my other 3 knives are all Kershaws. This is my most recent one. It's actually the most manual one in that it doesn't have spring assist, but with this, see, like that time it didn't go all the way. You have to get a pretty good flick on it to get it to lock into place, but it's an awesome knife, and all these weigh between 2 and 3 ounces. So that's kind of my favorite right now because it's got the best, the little groove here fits in your finger really well if you were to need it, like in a defensive situation. You can get a really good hold on it. I think this is going to be my favorite everyday carry knife, really, just because of the way it feels in the hand, and it's just a good knife. One thing about this knife I don't like, I'll say, is the back side of this clip has, like, I would say it's textured, and it kind of, at first it's really tight. I had to pull it out and kind of bend the metal away from the knife a little bit. It was so tight, it was actually ripping my pants as I was sliding it on and off my pants. The grip underneath here was just tear your pants apart. So I'm not really happy with this clip on this knife, but I have pulled it out, and I actually ran some sandpaper under there trying to smooth it out, and I think it's a little better now in that regard. My first Kershaw knife that I got was this one, which is just a fabulous knife. It's got I think they call it the speed safe or speed lock. So it kind of has a little spring in there that assists the opening, and I just love the noise this makes. It's not going to do it now. Why? Because it's cold. I haven't cleaned this one in a while. I think there's some cheese stuck in there. That's funny. It's not going to open for me now. But it does a little click that's quite nice. It's doing that click, but it's normally a little more firm than that. I think I need to wash this knife or lubricate it. But this is very nice. It's the Kershaw Leek knife. And then my other knife, I just found this one recently, and I put it up on Craigslist, lost and found, but nobody claimed it. And it's kind of a assisted knife as well, and has the serrations. The funny thing is, I found this on the street open, and it had been run over by vehicles numerous times. It was in a roundabout, and I think it has suffered, like the texturing here is kind of worn off from being driven over by cars, and the you can see wear on the edge of the blade, especially that side, from being driven over. But it's a great knife, really. I bet, this was a $35 knife. This was a $35 knife, and I think it's fabulous. And this one I found on the street, and I think it's awesome. And this one was $10, and it's an auto knife. So I've got $70, $80 invested in these 4 knives. So I just wanted to make a little video showing my knives because I just think they're fabulous. I like the cheap Kershaw knives, and I'm liking knives that have the serration there for camping, cutting little branches. I think that's an awesome feature. And I wasn't too impressed with the Benchmade. I'd rather have lots of knives that are $30 than one knife that's $200. Seems like more fun to me. That's my knife collection.